Today, guys, I have a Stampin' Up! Haul that I got, and I would like to share that with you, as well as some cards and a couple tags that I created. So the haul includes some stamps and dies. So if you're interested in seeing that, please do stick around. So I am also partaking in Jill Norwood Saturday Morning Makes. So if you put hashtag satmornmakes, you'll see the other creators and all the beautiful designs and creations that they have over on their channel. As well, this is going to be a little bit of Christmas in July. Welcome, guys. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Claudette with Miss Puff Creative Corner. So let's jump into today's show and tell. So Stampin' Up! Celebration and new holiday catalog was launched just yesterday on July 1st. They have a small celebration catalog, which is a bonus catalog. So for every $50 you spend, you could get a free item from in this catalog. They have two different levels, a $50 level and a $100 level. And then their mini catalog for the holiday season is out too as well. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I got from these catalogs. So let's see. First up, the last video that I showed, I previewed the Hippo, which is in this celebration catalog. It was a bonus item that I selected. So this is the Hippo, and this is a stamp set. It's a red rubber stamp set, and you get 9 pieces here. So you get these 3 cute hippos, and they have like 4 sentiments. Then this was a $50 level. Then the coordinating die was also a $50 level. So you spend $100, you could choose those two. And the coordinating dies have 19 pieces in there. So I went over the pieces in my previous video if you want to check those out. But I'm going to show you this, the cards that I created on the previous video. And you see the coordinated pieces that I incorporated here. And I think this is just a cute stamp set. I just add a little seaweed in the inside here, a little greenery. And this is her here with her sunglasses out on the boat. I just put a strip of paper in the inside. And this is her here with her umbrella. She's all sparkly, her tutu, and her little ballerina shoes. Then this one, this is a new one that I created. I had some white iridescent glimmer paper that I used, and a new die that came out in our annual catalog, actually. It is called Dots and Spots, and this is how it looks. So I went ahead and cut the glimmer paper out using a dots and spot, and I adhere that to some purple cardstock, and then I cut out her little umbrella, some little hearts from the Hippo dies, or the Hippo dies. So the hearts are right there, the umbrella. And I just did Sending Happy, and I did this from a different stamp set, and then I add some clear glue to that to have it glimmer even more, and it add dimension to it. So I don't know if you could see that. And in the inside, I use my stitch dies that I love so much, that I'm always talking about. And I added some more hearts here. And then I stamped Made with Love to the back here. Okay. So moving right along. The next set, they have the Gnomes, and they have the stamp with its coordinating dies. And if you get the bundle within this little catalog, a lot of the bundles are 10% off when you get the die and the stamp set together. You get 10% off. So the bundles that I got that I'm showing you in this video is you get 10% off. And so this is a cute little gnomes here. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4 different gnomes. You have the mushroom house, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4 sentiments. And then you have the coordinating dies. So you don't even have to stamp the gnome out. You could build the gnome out without the stamp set. So I also like that feature of this. And you get 16 dies. So let me show you the card that I created. And I didn't stamp the gnome out. I just built the gnome with the pieces. And I used him as a little bumblebee. And this little stamp right here I had used from another stamp set. So you could mix and match, add your new with your old. And then I have some little brass butterflies that I add here. I add like a wood grain background here. I did an oval die cut here. This is like a gold foil, like it looks like a honeycomb, gold foil, printed paper, my little bow, and this little tag right here has a little stitching around it. And I just add some glimmer to the wings. I used some hearts, a heart punch to create his wings. And I'll add like a little pom-pom to the top of his hat. And I layered another white cardstock to the back of here, and then the base was also white, as you can see. And I use my stitchery die here, and I add a sunflower in the inside. I color and cut that out. Then to the back, I had like a little bee that I add there to the back. So I think I'm going to enjoy this stamp set, and you could use it for any time of the year. So next, what I'm going to start now is my Christmas in July. So I'm going to show you a couple of the Christmas tags and the die and stamp sets. So let's start out with the Santa's delivery and its coordinating die, Santa train dies. So this is a red rubber, let's see. This is a red rubber, no. So this is a photopolymer stamp set. And it comes with 15 pieces. And then they have the coordinating dies, and these dies come with 16 pieces. So I like the mixture of font. They have the bold fonts. I especially like the ho ho ho. So with this one, I created this beautiful card right here. And I also used, if you could see in the background here, I use an embossing folder. If you could see those houses in the back and the little snowflakes. And here with the little mountain hill. All those are used in embossing folder for. So now with the embossing folder, you get 2 of these little mini embossing folder. That 2 comes in one package. It's called Charming Landscape. And if you could see the 2 designs, you get the little houses and the snowflakes, and then you get the little mountains. So you get 2 of those that comes in one. So you get 2 for 1 in that, and that's in a mini catalog. And now with this one here, let's see, I went ahead and cut that out with this scallop die. And I add like the gift packages from here from that stamp set and the dies. And I didn't do anything to the back of this one. And I did add some spritz, glimmer spritz to this. I don't know if you could see. I also took some white ink and my blending brush, and I went ahead and rubbed that along the embossed area so you could make it pop a little bit. And then I also had our, which they brought back, is the puff paint. I add the puff paint to the tires to show that he's rolling through the snow. I also add some to his beard, his hat as well. And I add a little color to his cheeks, if you could see that. All right, so now also with this stamp set here, I created a tag and I add some gingham ribbon to it. And I like the colors of this blue and the purple. And then they had this beautiful ribbon. Is a trim, is an iridescent trim, and it's like a braided twine. If you could see, you have the little tinsels, is what you would call those, iridescent tinsels. So this is a trim that I got in the haul, and I think this is beautiful. So I really like that. Okay, and it's not bad at all to tie. So I add some of that trim to the bottom here of my tag, and up here I just tied it with some twine. And I think that's fun. So I just add some little snowflake gems to that. And then I did brush this up with my Wink of Stellar to just give it a little sparkle. And I added the wreath. They had like a wreath cut out here in one of the dies. So I did two different, a light green and a darker green, if you could see that. And I did emboss the tag with an embossing folder. Next what we have is Christmas Barn. And a lot of these stamp set bundles that I got is you could build scenes. So if you enjoy building scenes, these are great bundles to get. So this one here is Christmas Barn with its coordinating dies. And this comes with a set of 9. And these are for the Palmer dies. And then the coordinating dies comes with 14 dies. So this is nice because you have some pictures as well as the sentiments. So this is the card that I created. And I think this is more of a masculine card with the colors, the browns, the blues, the reds. And I just love it. This designer series, this is a printed paper with a wood grain. And also I took an embossing folder that had a wood finish to it, so it adds some texture, some dimension to that. I used the puffy paint on the roof, so it looks like snow. I had some puffy paint right here. Now on this blue cardstock, I added some clear glue to that, and that clear glue is just as a fine tip glue pen that Stampin' Up has. I just added that to that, add some dimension, and it looks like water. Then in the inside, I add this blue printed paper and some white cardstock with some stitching around there, and I added a wreath here just to carry over that wreath from out here. I had extra, so I just decorated the inside with that. And then to the back, I just stamped Made with Love. And then around the edges, I took my tracing wheel and add some little stitching around the edges. Okay, so the next one that I'm going to be sharing with you is the Tree Lot dies, and this is just dies by itself. And this die was one of the bonus items that I got for free from the Sale-A-Bration catalog. this was $100 level, but I just love these pieces. It's so much fun. This piece it's called Tree Lot Dies, and it has 24 pieces in there. So it's really cute with the camper and all the trees. They have a dog in here and everything. The only thing with this I may get the stamp set for is because you really can't see the dog. It's like a shadow, right? So this is the card that I created. I think this came out pretty cute. I add some designer series paper to the back, printed paper, which is green, and it has some lighter green little dots on that. And I like the back of that because it looks like snow. And I love the lighter green. And with the dies, they have the solid part for the tree and then the outline for the tree. So I use two different green. For the solid part, I use a darker green, and then the outline I use a lighter green. Now with these here to the top, I did not have the stamp with it, but what I did is when I punched that out on, I cut this out on white cardstock, and then I just took a black marker and traced along so it could look like lines, and I outlined the circle. And after I colored those with my markers, I went ahead and add some of that fine tip glue, which is just clear glue, to the top, and that makes the color even pop more. And I added some gold here to the wheel, so I paper piece these, and this even have like a little piece right here. I didn't even know what that little piece was, till I look like in the picture. And then you could create a little curtain there for it. You have a little wreath by the door. And I stamped Merry Christmas, and this was from an older stamp set that I had. But they have some fun pieces in here. And then let's see if I did anything to the inside. And this is the same designer series paper here, but it's double-sided. And the other side has like little Christmas trees on it. So I just went ahead and used the other side to stick in the inside. And then to the back, I had extra wreaths. I just stuck a wreath onto the back. I also created a tag. So I added the iridescent trimming here. I added some twine here. Add Merry Christmas. That was like one stamp. I just stamp it and then cut it and just layer it like this. And this is like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree that I used from here. So these are fun. So you have a lot of fun sets to play with in here. You have the wreath, you have the bow, you have different stars, you have a sign that you could punch out and add a little sentiment on that. And these are the little stick right here, to hold up. You could have, they also have, instead of the light, string of lights, you have little banners too that you could use too as well. So that is just fun, like I say. So if you like building scene, this is another great die set. And it could use nicely, as you see here by itself. You don't need the stamp. And then the coordinating dies. And this was just a circle that I punched out. I used a glimmer paper to cut that out. And I had a die cut with some Christmas bulbs. The top piece of that, so I just cut that. I had extra of those lying around, so that I stuck that onto the top. Add some twine to this, and that is that. I really love how this one came out. Fun. All right, so this was another bundle that I got, and this is in the mini catalog. This mini catalog, and this was 10% off. So these are red rubber stamps, and you get a set of 11 that comes with this. And then the coordinating dies. So this is Regal reindeer, and the reindeer dies. And then the die comes with 18 pieces. it has two reindeers here to stamp, and then you have an additional reindeer here. I guess it just gives the shadow and different accessories that comes with it. You have a little fox that's not included in the stamp set. You have little mounds, snowbanks. You have a little gift box and the bow to go with it, a star, and you have a little scarf that you could put on the fox, I guess. So nice set. So let me show you the card that I created using this. So this, I went ahead and this is white cardstock that I embossed with some trees. And I went ahead and took a die and cut the middle out. I added that designer series paper to the back, which is blue, and it has like some snowflakes falling. Then I went ahead and stamped and die cut out these trees to the back. And then with these solid green trees I put here, I should have popped some of these up. I think I should have popped those up. So this is nice because this could be popped out here, and then you could see some of the white in the inside. You just have to fluff them out. And then the deer and the girl with the apple and the little rabbit, I color those, die cut those out too as well. And then I add some little sequins there to give it a little shimmer. And I love how that came out. I should have added some dimensionals to give it a little pop. And then in the inside, I use my stitch die. I add one of the trees here to that. And that tree is from the Tree Lot die. I had an extra one. I didn't have anything to the back of that. Now the next stamp set that I want to share with you does not come with a die. It stands by itself, and this is Jingle, Jingle, Jingle. And this, I really like this stamp set, and it is fun. I just like the font. I love how they have different shapes within the letters, like circles, stars, diamonds, and I think that's so much fun. All right, and then they have the different jollies, different believe, different jingles. It's so many different things that you could create with that. You have the Santa Claus hat. You could color it. That's the inside block to color it with. You have the Christmas lights, and then you have the little solid piece that you call color, as well as for the star. And let me show you the card that I created using that stamp set. Okay, so with this card, I incorporate the embossing folders that I got, the two embossing folders that came in one. So I utilize the one now that I use here is the one with the mountains. All right, and so you could see that in the background and the little snowflakes and stars. And I had some designer series paper with some snowmen in there on those, and I cut those out, add that to it. I add a little blue color to the bottom of that, and then the 'Tis the Season I did in a different color red, and then the Jolly I did in this bright green, like this lime green. I think that's so popping with the black. And I added some like checkered black and white ribbon here to the top, and then to the back here, this black and white card is the black and white designer series paper. You could see all the sparkly stars to the back of that, and I added some designer series paper with some blue and white, the ginger looking designer series paper to the back, and I think that came out lovely. I love the color combination there, and I added a strip of green paper here that I had left over here to the bottom. And to the back, I just stamped Made with Love, and I color that in, the hearts in with a little bit of red with my marker. And these here are photo palmer stamps, which is nice because then you could see where you're stamping. And especially if you're going to color in with the solid pieces. That's nice to have those photo palmer with that. Now, last but not least, And this is a bundle. I think this is one of my favorite, if it's not my favorite, sweet gingerbread. So this is the gingerbread stamp set. These are photo Palmer stamps, and you get 16 pieces in here, and the coordinating dies are 18 pieces. So again, this is a bundle. You save 10% off with this set. So now with my card, this is the card that I created. I love how this came out. I love the color combination. So you stamp these out, you cut them out, and I just add some dimensions to the back of the lollipop so they could pop. Now the gumdrops, I put these two flat, I pop this up, the gate. And then what I did is I had these delicate pieces of cardstock here, and I barely used it. And these little strips right here, I took off to outline the card. So it looks more like a gingerbread card, right? So that adds to the gingerbread design. So I outlined that here. I put the mountain, the snowbank there. So these are the little steps coming up to the house. I add some clear glue to the windows and as well to the heart. And you know what? I just wanted to share with you these little spots right here that I added here to the gingerbread roof was those spots. See, when I use this dots and spot, and I use this iridescent glimmer paper, I saved those little dots because they were just perfect when you wanted some gems. So I just added them right here to my gingerbread house. And I think that just add a cute addition to it. And then the inside, I use my scallop die cut, add some lollipops here to the corner. And then to the back of this, I add some trim. And I think last year it was, they had like a gingerbread set with, they had like cookies and different trimmings, Stampin' Up did. So I just had that and I just added to the back of it. Again, you could add your old with your new, still use all your stamps that they had different, a lot of different freebies in here. And I don't know if I want to get any more designer series paper or printed paper because I have so much. So use what you have at home. Don't feel that you have to purchase because, you know, it's new and the latest. Use what you have. You could combine your old stuff with your new stuff and create beautiful cards. I mean, this is my hobby and I love it. And you could share with others. So if you're interested in any of these products, I would list that in the description down below. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you're new to my channel, you like what you see here, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you can be notified when I upload my latest video. So let me know, guys, in the description down below which one is your favorite. I hope you guys got creative value from today's video. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button down below. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Claudette, and I'll catch you on my next video.